Hey guys, Luke here again from LG Technology Consulting. I'm here today just to provide you with a quick video overview of the second consulting report that we're sending through. So after the first report, we got some great feedback. We've come leaps and bounds since then. So we're actually now at a point where we just need management at CIS3002 to make some decisions based on our recommendations, and then we can keep the ball rolling. So while the first report focused on the existing practices at CIS3002, this report has a much more focus on the to-be and desired outcomes. And we've made some recommendations in here that you'll need to read over, understand and agree to. And if all good, then the system's not too far away. So the first thing is we just wanted to make sure that we're still within the scope. So the problem being that your noodle bar was growing in popularity, more customers, but the processes for ordering were very manual. So the purpose is still to find a heap of efficiencies, to automate processes, and to allow you guys to grow into the future. So the first thing you'll come across in this report is a work breakdown structure. This is just a very quick overview of some of the tasks we had to go through to complete this report, and a rough guideline as to the time that it took for each section. Following that, you'll actually see a to-be design. So this is our proposal on what we think the workflow now will look like. You'll notice that there's now two separate customer order steps, where in the previous one there was just one. The green sections now refer to an automated data flow, where before they were manual. So this being the orders that come through, either online or in store, now get automatically put through to the chef's screen. And you'll now see the orange part, which is actually data warehouse. So because the processes were manual before, any reporting or analysis was probably very difficult. So by implementing this system, you'll now have a data store where you can start doing some analysis and reporting on things such as maybe products that aren't performing well, or you can do some pricing, modeling, and that type of thing. Bringing in a new system, what we thought was we might provide you some information and recommendations on how to handle the change management. So obviously a new system, new processes, a lot of change to staff and customers as well. So we've put some information and recommendations together that we'd like you to approve. So just to touch on a couple of the key points there. We suggest the testing you go through would be unit and integration testing. So unit testing would be each sort of separate person does their testing in isolation just to make sure that their parts are okay, and integration testing ensuring that their information is flowing into the appropriate system, so like your HR system or your financial system. We've then split out user acceptance testing. So the unit testing is very specific. UAT needs to be essentially test all your processes from start to finish, get some people in the same room together, make sure it's all working, and everyone's happy with the system. We think it's okay to do the training and UAT together. Sometimes companies will split that out, but given the small number of staff, it makes sense to roll the training and then roll straight into UAT after that. There's some more information there about documentation, and we recommend just going with a straight direct deployment. Given that your processes are manual, there's no real other system that we're replacing here. It makes no sense to do any parallel runs. So once UAT and training sorted and everyone's happy, we'll just roll it out. You'll then come across what we're proposing for some of the screen designs. Hopefully from this you get the idea that the screens, even between the web app and the in-store application, are very consistent. They've all got the same menu across the top, they've all got the drop-down menus, the buttons are very similar. When you add an item, it automatically adds the price. There'll be tooltips, so when users hover over something, it will give them that little bit of extra information. We'll put some error messages in there to make sure that if something goes wrong, they're very clear. So, enter your credit card number or something like that. The two stories that these talk about are the allowing the user to access and pay online. So that's the first one you'll see, which is the website. It's fairly easy to follow. It's fairly standard. So we think the users will be okay with that. And the second one is automatically calculating the change and price in store. So you'll see that in the second one, where it will actually come up and say, here's the total price, here's how much cash you've been given, and here's the change. It's all very simple and straightforward. Following that, you'll see the application architecture. This is where we're just trying to highlight how all your systems will work together. So you'll see that the ordering components, the customer ordering that is, and the supply chain components of the new system we're proposing will hopefully integrate with your financial system and your inventory system. And then you'll also have your timesheeting component of the new system, which will link into your HR. So this is what we're proposing. All of those information should flow into your data warehouse for business intelligence reporting. So while you'll be able to report on the new ordering system within its components, we recommend still using that BI tool, because then you can combine all your supply chain, financial and HR management together and get a more meaningful report. So basically where we're up to now, you'll see in there we've got another briefing note about what we've done regarding the tender. So we actually, because the analysis and design are essentially complete, we've gone out to tender to try and find the company that will develop your software. So you'll see that we've taken the waterfall approach. Very simple, one phase must complete before we go to the next one. So you can see in there what we've done. We've actually provided you with a recommendation for DICEUS. We've listed the top 3 in there, and you'll be able to compare their benefits, but we highly recommend choosing that company. So we've gone a bit over time here, but the last basically part is the methodology we think you should adopt, or we'll recommend you adopt for developing the software, being the Agile method. Waterfall is sort of an old, almost outdated method. Agile is very flexible because you're coming from no previous software. It's your users will pick things up on the fly. So with the flexibility of an Agile method, you'll easily be able to integrate that into the next iteration that'll be done. No problems at all. We've got some stats in there to show you that there's a 2015 study show that 42% of Agile projects had success, whereas only 14% of the waterfall approach succeeded. So definitely recommend that you go that, but that will be up to your management. Other than that, have a read through the report. Let us know if you have any questions or concerns. If you're happy with our recommendations, if you want to approve them and let us know, then we'll engage the company and we'll get the design started. So anything else, let us know. Thank you very much.